to me like if you have soil, it's time to bring plants that will bring life into your space, and I was really excited about doing that. Most of my garden is drought tolerant. I would say 85% to 90% is drought tolerant. I was living in New York City for many years, and I really was dying to get my hands in the soil, and I didn't really have an opportunity to do that. So I started collecting houseplants. I just fell in love with the magic of it and being so close to the circle of life. It was very enchanting to me and very sort of addictive and very soothing. We moved to Los Angeles during the pandemic. When we moved in, it was all lawn in the front and the back. There were a few trees, one orange tree and a couple of trees in the front. All the plants were new to me of Southern California, so I was just making mental notes of what I thought was beautiful, thinking about what hardscapes I liked, what things in combination I liked. And then I started researching what would be the most drought tolerant plants to plant. This environment of Los Angeles, we have no water, and so to start a garden for my pleasure that's disconnected from that reality would feel crazy. But every artist loves limitations, and I'm an artist, so it's like, okay, you have no water, now create a beautiful garden. And so that to me was very exciting, like a great challenge. I write young adult novels. My most recent novel is actually about fighting authoritarianism with nonviolence. I write in my studio looking out at the beautiful garden and the fountain, and it's a really, really tranquil place to work and be inspired. The garden inspires my writing in the sense that it keeps me very connected to the realities of life and death, birth and decay, and that's very important to stay honest as a writer. If I'm stuck on something in a book, I can go walk through the garden and trim plants or just observe plants, sit somewhere else and take a breath and look at things from another perspective. So the first year, we had to water enough to get the plants established, at least once, twice a week during the summer. But by the third year, this past year, I didn't water at all between October and June. Native gardens, once they establish themselves, they grow really fast, they kind of explode. And so we have to make a lot of decisions about, like, why do I want my paths to be? How much do I want to trim things back? Or how wild do I want to let it remain? Because of course the birds and the bees and the butterflies, they're happy if it's wild. They don't care if there's paths or not, they fly. So it's up to me to decide, how do I want humans to feel in this garden? The biggest collection in this garden is sage. We have probably 13 or 14 different kinds of sage that are thriving, and they're all very different from each other. All the blooms are slightly different shades of blue and purple. It makes me happier to know that, you know, I'm doing my part to keep the land happy and nourishing for other creatures besides myself.